Years ago, in the icy wasteland of Revel's End, a peculiar tale began. Edgin Darvis, a bard with more charm than sense, and Holga Kilgore, a barbarian with a penchant for breaking bones, found themselves in a frosty prison. Their daily routine was interrupted when an Orcish brute made the mistake of flirting with Holga. One swift face smash later, the duo cemented their reputation as the prison's most entertaining inmates. One day, they were hauled before the Absolution Council to plead their case for a pardon. Edgin, ever the storyteller, spun a yarn that wove tragedy, betrayal, and questionable life choices into a tapestry of questionable redemption. He was once a harper, a noble spy fighting evil, until tragedy struck. Red Wizards destroyed his home and killed his wife Zia, leaving him a widower, struggling to raise their daughter Kira. Desperation led him to thievery, and he teamed up with Holga, an outcast from her tribe. Together, they became a mismatched but effective pair of mischief makers, with Holga becoming a surrogate parent to Kira. Their partnership expanded when they joined forces with the rookie sorcerer Simon and the roguish forge Fitzwilliam. The crew had a knack for stealing from the rich and occasionally each other. Things escalated when they met Sofina, a mysterious wizard who promised them untold riches hidden in Corrin's keep. Edgin initially balked, but Forge dangled the ultimate temptation, the Tablet of Reawakening, a chance to bring Zia back. With his moral compass pointing due chaos, Edgin agreed. The heist unraveled spectacularly when Sofina revealed her true colors, freezing Edgin and Holga in a time spell. Edgin, in a last-ditch effort, handed the tablet to Forge and begged him to protect Kira. Forge agreed, then promptly betrayed them, making off with the riches and leaving Simon to escape on his own. Years later, Edgin and Holga were still behind bars, but they'd had enough. When a bird-like council member named Jonathan arrived, Edgin saw an opportunity. With a bit of bardic persuasion and Holga's knack for window breaking, they escaped the icy prison in true chaotic style. Free at last, they discovered that Forge had wormed his way into power as the Lord of Neverwinter. Worse, he had Kira believing her father was a selfish crook. Determined to set things right, Edgin and Holga hatched a plan to reclaim the tablet and Kira. But first, they needed a team. Their quest began at a bustling pub where Simon, ever the opportunist, was swindling patrons with magical entertainment. The hapless sorcerer agreed to join, but the group needed more firepower and perhaps some claws. Enter Doric, a fierce druid with a penchant for dramatic entrances. When the trio found her, she was mid-rescue, transforming into an owlbear to save a young woman from a grisly fate. Doric had her reasons for fighting Forge. He'd oppressed her people, imprisoned druids, and generally been a royal pain. Though skeptical of humans, Doric agreed to join the ragtag crew, ready to turn her shape-shifting skills into a weapon against Forge. With their mismatched team assembled, the stage was set for a daring heist. Forge's vault, the High Sun Games, and a castle full of guards stood between them and their goal. But if there's one thing Edgin and his chaotic crew excelled at, it was finding adventure and trouble at every turn. In her quarters, Sofina communicates with her master, the Lich Zastam, Ian Thanmore, who entrusts her with their ultimate plan, using Forge as an unwitting pawn to achieve their goals. Later, Sofina joins Forge during a meeting with other lords to finalize preparations for the High Sun Games. However, Sofina detects Doric's presence, shapeshifted into a fly and spying on the gathering. Guards pursue Doric, but she skillfully evades capture by shifting forms until she safely returns to the group. Doric reports that Forge's vault is protected by the arcane seal of Mordenkainen, an enchantment Simon doubts he can break unless they locate the legendary Helmet of Disjunction, thought to be lost. Holga reveals her people once fought the cult of the dragon, who might have known its whereabouts, though the warriors who held that knowledge are long dead. The team first stops at the home of Holga's ex-husband Marleman, Bradley Cooper, to retrieve supplies. Despite the awkwardness of their reunion, Marleman, now remarried, wishes Holga well. They then proceed to a graveyard where Simon resurrects corpses temporarily with a spell to question them. The process is tedious, as each body knows little and can only answer 5 questions. Eventually, they learn the helmet was entrusted to a Thyan paladin named Zinc Yendar, Regent Page, who vowed to safeguard it. The team tracks Zinc, witnessing him heroically rescue a tiger child from a sea creature. When approached, Zinc agrees to help, only after Edgin promises to redistribute Forge's stolen wealth to the people of Neverwinter. Zinc explains the Red Wizard's dark history, revealing Zastam's plan to create an undead army by enslaving the living. He questions what Forge hopes to gain by allying with them. The journey to retrieve the helmet takes them to the Orifice, a cavern leading to an ancient underground city. Along the way, Zinc recounts his harrowing escape from Zastam's magic, leaving him marked but resolved to fight against evil. At the Orifice, Simon accidentally triggers a trap, collapsing a bridge. Luckily, Holga's cane turns out to be a hither-thither staff, which creates portals, enabling the team to cross the chasm. Reaching the helmet, they are ambushed by undead Thians. Zinc holds them off, but the unrelenting nature of the undead forces the group to flee. Matters worsen when the obese dragon Thimberchild awakens, pursuing them after devouring the Thians. Zinc saves Edgin from being eaten, but the dragon traps them in a cavern flooding with water. Edgin devises a plan, Holga provokes the dragon, and Simon uses a spell to blast an escape route. They narrowly survive, swimming to safety. On the shore, Zinc departs, entrusting the helmet to the team. Simon struggles to attune to the artifact, facing his ancestor Elminster Almar in a vision. Elminster dismisses Simon's abilities, causing repeated failures and dampening the group's morale. Doric and Simon consider abandoning the mission, but Edgin rallies the team by admitting his role in Zia's death. His theft of Red Wizard gold led to the tragedy. With renewed determination and Holga's encouragement, they devise a new plan to infiltrate Forge's vault using the hither-thither staff. The team cleverly uses a magical portrait to create a portal for infiltrating Forge's vault, synchronizing their move with a treasure-laden carriage's arrival at Neverwinter for the Heist Games. However, their plan hits a snag when the portal entrance falls face down, blocking their escape route. Encouraged by Edgin, they improvise, with Simon casting a brief illusion of Edgin singing to distract the guards. Despite a mishap with Simon getting his foot stuck, the group pushes forward. Inside, Holga battles the guards while Simon makes another attempt to attune with the Helmet of Disjunction. This time, Simon confronts his ancestor Elminster directly, punching him in defiance, which finally allows Simon to wield the helmet's power. His new magical abilities help turn the tide against their enemies. When Simon and Holga reach the vault, they find it empty. Forge had already moved the treasures. The team is captured, and Edgin falls for a trick when Sofina disguises herself as his daughter, Kira. Forge arrives and decides to send the group to die in the Heist Games. During the games, Doric notices the guards transporting the stolen riches to a boat. The event itself is a deadly maze filled with traps and creatures like a gelatinous cube. Using teamwork and quick thinking, Doric devises a plan for the group to escape. They find Forge's boat and the stolen treasures, but Forge holds Kira hostage, attempting to force the heroes to retreat. Holga takes action, disarming Forge with a potato, and Kira sides with her father and his friends. Together, they reclaim the boat and riches, with Simon summoning a wave to subdue Forge. Kira reconciles with Edgin, forgiving him for the past. Before they can celebrate, the team sees a dark cloud forming. Sofina has activated a Thian horn to enslave the game's attendees as part of the Red Wizard army. They race back to Neverwinter, where Sofina begins to turn council members into her undead forces. The heroes thwart her plan by using Simon's staff to spill the stolen riches into the streets, causing the crowd to flee and undermining Sofina's spell. A fierce battle ensues. Sofina unleashes a stone dragon and uses her powers to gain the upper hand, including a time-freezing spell. However, the team counters with a clever ruse. Kira uses her invisibility medallion to sneak up on Sofina and place a magic-suppressing cuff on her. With her powers neutralized, Doric transforms into an owlbear and brutally defeats Sofina, slamming her into a collapsing wall. Victory comes at a cost. Holga is mortally wounded during the fight. Edgin uses the Tablet of Reawakening to save her, recognizing her as a mother figure to Kira. The team celebrates with the people of Neverwinter, cementing their bond as a family. Forge's attempt to escape fails hilariously, as Zinc captures him. In a post-credits scene, a lone corpse awakened earlier in the quest begs for someone to ask him questions so he can finally rest. What would you have done differently if you were in the hero's shoes during the Heist Games? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more epic adventures. See you next time.